Well, A Different World was a spinoff from The Cosby Show. Denise went to college, and that's where they were, Hillman. And it was a classic, wonderful concept that Bill Cosby had to really promote higher education. I mean, that show tripled the enrollment of historically black colleges, doubled enrollment of college. Everybody, not just black kids, white kids, everybody was watching this show.
Hi, I'm Janae Bolden, Senior Content Director of Pop Culture at iOne Digital.
What's going on? I'm Danny Canada, Deputy Editor at Bossip.com.
And we're here to take you through another great episode of Uncensored. Before the show airs, this Sunday's episode is all about Debbie Allen. She's a dancer, she's a producer, she's a director, she's a beautiful woman who has done so much in this culture, and we got to give her her flowers.
Okay, we have to give flowers to the 8-count countess, Miss Debbie Allen, and that's what this episode is all about. Just her beautiful, storied career and really her beginnings in dance, right, Janae?
Absolutely. Now, most people know that Debbie Allen and Felicia Rashad are sisters.
Yes.
Felicia's the big sis, Debbie Allen is the younger, but the two come from a pretty performative family. Their parents were both entertainers as well. I mean, yes. One of my favorite parts also was when she starts talking about working on the set of A Different World and how she's the one that introduced one of our favorite Hollywood couples.
I loved hearing about A Different World. Relax, relate, release, that iconic line that she had in there. It was just really cool to go back and see her interact with Whitley Gilbert. And really, like, what better show was there about HBCU culture than A Different World? Hasn't even been topped since. So having that shown in this episode of Uncensored as an HBCU graduate was really cool.
Absolutely. And hats off to her for that. And also, just the role that A Different World played in enrollments at HBCUs, like numbers really went up because of this show. And I think that just goes to show why we have to do so much to shed a light on our culture, because people don't learn sometimes unless they're looking at entertainment. Entertainment can teach us so much. And I think that it's great because her experience at Howard directly contributed to her involvement in A Different World, which in turn influenced people to enroll at HBCUs. So you see like the ripple effect of how her experience played into her entertainment and her career, which then in turn played into other people's education, which is such a great thing. Now, speaking of education, Debbie's also known for her dance academy.
Yes, honey.
What did you think about that?
I loved hearing about the Debbie Allen Dance Academy and some of her former students. You'll be surprised to hear about someone that she trained who is a comedian and is really funny in how she described him. The Debbie Allen Dance Academy, you can tell that that is her baby, and you can tell that Miss Allen is very passionate about it. She details stories about her students and how it's helped people and how the impact that she's made on them just through dance. And we see that continue to this day. Even during this pandemic, Miss Debbie Allen was out here trying to get people to get moving.
Yes, she was.
Getting people out here to get active. So you can just tell how much the Debbie Allen Dance Academy means to her and how much dance in general is a part of her life.
And I think that role she's played as a mentor has gone so far, not just for her as a dancer, a choreographer, and a dance instructor, but also when it comes to directing and producing. Yes. I think a lot of people miss the fact that Debbie Allen was critical to the making of Amistad. Yes. I think people miss the fact that Debbie Allen is one of the first female directors to make her mark in Hollywood, and that she continues to encourage other women as directors. She even explains some of the people who ended up directing for Grey's Anatomy that were a direct result of her saying, hey, look, you're already blocking out scenes, like you need to come be a director. And I think that that's awesome, especially as a woman who works in entertainment. I could not be more inspired by Debbie Allen. I swear that woman is the prototype. She is my inspiration. I would love to learn, like if I could have dinner with anybody out of the Uncensored series this season, it's Debbie Allen, hands down. I want to take notes from her. I want to know what she did. I want to know what route was the best way to go. I think she took a lot of unconventional methods especially with some of her meetings. It's really interesting, and I can't wait for the rest of the audience to see, because I was so excited to watch this episode. I can't even describe it.
Absolutely, absolutely. One thing I love about her is her energy throughout this and just her candidness. You're going to see her laugh. You're going to literally see her cry. Miss Allen does not hold back at all in this episode of Uncensored, and it's fun to see. And Janae, if y'all go to dinner, don't be surprised if I pop out the ceiling. I don't know if I'm being invited, but I'm going to be there. So just let me know.
You're not popping up. No, I'm just playing. You're welcome to come to dinner with us, sis. If I learned one thing from Debbie Allen, it's that there's enough for everybody. We all have to share and help our sisters out, for sure. Let's have a look at an exclusive clip from this Sunday night's episode of Uncensored, featuring Debbie Allen on TV One at 10 p.m., 9 p.m. Central.
When we were kids, Felicia truly did not like me because I was her annoying little sister. I followed her around everywhere. I wanted to be like her. I wanted to be friends with her friends. I'm smiling at her boyfriend, wearing her clothes. She just wanted to choke me. And sometimes she was pretty rough on me, but she was always my protector.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Bossip Uncensored. For this episode and more, please check out bossip.com and tv1.tv.